Many businesses run without written contracts. Have you ever given somebody that business and he says, "Me, you never gave me that business," and they refuse to pay? Have you been issued with a bouncing check? What happens on contracts that are not written? Welcome to Cotel Copter Explainer. We thank you for being part of the history of this channel. We appreciate, and we still are ready to take more subscribers. Our core business is to tell you the law as it is. Remember, we are not having any contract with you. We have an oral contract. What is the contract? We give you the best legal opinions, you follow us. So we asked ourselves, how do we teach you on oral contracts? Do you do business without a contract? Have you ever taken your clothes for repair? Do you do any written contract? No. Have you taken your shoes for repair? Do you have any contract? No. Have you gone for the salon? Is there any written contract you sign between you and the salonist lady? No. Have you boarded a matatu? Is there a contract that exists in written? Only the law that is very clear. Contracts of land must be written. Many businesses run without written contracts. Have you ever given somebody that business and he says, "Me, you never gave me that business," and they refuse to pay? Have you been issued with a bouncing check? What happens on contracts that are not written? This is what was presented before the High Court at Nairobi in the Commercial and Admiralty case, that court, civil case number 153 of 2018, where Justice J.W.W. Omari J. on March 6, 2025, gave a serious decision on this. What are the facts in this matter? The plaintiff claims that they had a long-standing business relationship with the defendant, during which he provided capital to support the defendant's business upon request. Everybody, nisaidie pesa kidogo niongeze biashara. You get fuliza, you give that person. On 30th September, the defendant proposed an investment of 6.2 million from the plaintiff. He requested 6.2, and he said he will repay by paying 8.4 million by August of the following year. However, by 16th October 2013, the defendant had failed to honor this obligation and instead persuaded the plaintiff to invest an additional 4 million, promising to return now 6.6 million. Pesa za kuombana. Nipe pesa, endo nichukulie loan kwako, unilete, I invest. I'll pay you double that money. He says the defendant is fully aware of the outstanding dispute and has acknowledged the debt by issuing some checks worth 52 million shillings, 385,500. However, the check was dishonored by the bank upon presentation. Despite repeated demands and efforts to recover the funds, the defendant has refused or neglected to repay that amount of money. Have you been given a check? You present it. It bounces. What do you do? What did the defendant say? The defendant in paragraph 9 says, the sum of 52,385,000 is excessive, arising from unreasonable interest and penalties. He claims that his admission to pay this amount was made out of duress, following his arrest. and denies the validity of the calculation leading to the stated amount. So, what did the judge find out? Paragraph 14. This excited our crew Vivian very hard. It says, it is important to emphasize that the lack of a formal document does not preclude the possibility of a binding agreement, provided the conduct of the parties aligns with contractual principles. What does that say? In the law of contract, the aggrieved party to an agreement must in addition prove that there was offer, acceptance, and consideration. It is not only when those three elements are available that an innocent party can bring a claim against the party. The judge in paragraph 15 gives us a blow, a fatal blow. In this instant, the defendant's acceptance of the funds and subsequent acknowledgement of the loan, evidenced by the issuance of checks, suggests that both parties intended to formalize their arrangement as legally binding. So the judge says, by the fact that he gave a check, that one is enough to proceed with this decision. The judge moves in paragraph 19 and says, it is a well established in contract law that the terms such as interest to be enforceable, there must be a clear evidence of the agreement to the onset. What did the judge order? In the circumstances, I enter judgment in favor of the plaintiff against the defendant for the sum of Kenya shillings 4,957,000 with interest thereon at court rates from the date of the judgment hearing until payment is made in full. So the judge is saying oral agreements, 99% of businesses in this country have no written contracts. People trade by faith. Conduct is very, very, very critical. You know very well, in WhatsApp messages, if you ask somebody, loan me 10,000 shillings, and he confirms, those WhatsApp chats form contracts in this country. Don't delete the contract, the terms of negotiations about business. Any business transaction, we now teach you from Court Helicopter, do it on WhatsApp. Avoid businesses by calling. There is no record. Safaricom will not get us the voice recording. It can only bring you the call logs. The Court Helicopter now tells you, Wakili Danstan Omari tells you, any business transaction, do it on WhatsApp. Hi Vivian, fine. Can you borrow me 10,000 shillings? Yes, I will borrow you 10,000 shillings and with an interest of 2,000 shillings and repayable every week, every month. Do you agree? Yes, that is a valid contract. So we are moving towards a digital era. Court Helicopter always brings you how the business transactions are moving. Many of the people in the diaspora have sent money in this country without any narration. Narration is what was the money for, especially those ones who are buying properties for women or for their girlfriends. Indicate there the reason for the money. Have you ever gone to the bank? When you want to transfer money, when you want to write a check, you must explain the purpose of the transfer of the money. That this is for school fees. This one is for construction. So now Court Helicopter brings to you from this case that in your WhatsApp communication, always indicate the reason for sending money. Remember, we dealt with the question of contribution. Many women are being told by husbands, nichukulie loan, unipe. There is no narration. You pick that money, you give your husband. So ensure, have a discussion on WhatsApp saying what is the money for and when is it repayable and what are the interest or what are the terms. That forms the basis of this. 2, demand for checks. In this matter, there were checks that were issued. That is enough evidence that there was a contract between the parties. 3, have text messages. If you are an old mzee, if you can't manage to do a WhatsApp message, then do a text message. Don't delete these messages. And my Vivian tells me, ensure the messages, because phones disappear, all your messages are kept in the cloud. Make sure they are stored elsewhere so that when your phone is stolen, remember, especially in marital issues, your husband or your wife can steal your phone, go and delete those messages. So Vivian tells me to tell the public that always keep your messages. Whether your phone is stolen, once you buy a new one, those messages kept on the clouds, on Google, on Samsung, wherever it is, will be back. That is evidence that there was a commercial transaction. Wakili Danstan Omari, tunakuchanua na tunakupenda, ndio maana umetusaidia tukafika 70,000 plus strong subscribers on YouTube. We value and encourage others to learn the law. Asanteni.